Chetan Narula reporting for Cricket Country, and my current stop is Wellington, which is the venue for the 5th ODI as well as the first T20 between New Zealand and India. But I'm not at the Westpac Stadium. I am at the famous Basin Reserve, which is more of a ground than a stadium. You get this really old feel here when you come to the Basin Reserve. White fencing all over the ground, the old stand, there's the cricket museum behind me, you can see, and the grass stands. It's empty right now, but what a sight it is when it is fully packed with almost 8,000 people, and there's test match cricket being played here. Hopefully India will come and play a test match in January 2020 when they're supposed to tour New Zealand again next year. But for the moment, let's talk about the ODI series, the last ODI, which will be played at the Westpac Stadium, which is quite a few stones throw away in that direction. And just talking about in the build-up to that 5th ODI, India had a bit of an embarrassing defeat in the 4th match at Hamilton. The match ended within 46 overs. That's not one innings, but 2 innings. They came a cropper and were bowled out for less than 100. The last time that happened was in 2010 at Dambulla, also against New Zealand. So quite a bit of time period, almost 9 years between those two. You don't see it happening too often, that India get bowled out for less than 100 in an ODI. Of course, factors were there. The openers didn't fire, and they are very, very consistent. You didn't have the inspiration of Virat Kohli, who's always fighting for his country, always fighting for victory on the cricket field. And you didn't have the calmness of MS Dhoni, which is why it was an opportunity lost for the likes of Ambati Rayudu and Dinesh Karthik. Ambati Rayudu batting at 4, Karthik at 5. They're getting opportunities to make an impression, drop anchor, bat a lot of time, score big runs, and virtually seal their place for the World Cup. But it did not happen. Shubman Gill making an ODI debut. He was impressive in the short time that he batted, was connecting the ball really well. But the swing and seam movement from Trent Boult was too much to handle for the youngster making his debut. So India collapsed in a heap, really. That sometimes in these collapses you have that one partnership that stops it all. Even that partnership didn't really come. Yuzvendra Chahal with a few runs, but they were never going to be enough to put up a fighting total on the board. 90 odd was never going to be enough for New Zealand, and like I said, they won the game within 46 overs, which was really embarrassing from an Indian point of view. So what needs to happen in this 5th ODI? The big news is that MS Dhoni is fit and he will be back tomorrow playing the 5th ODI. So again, some backbone for the Indian middle order. You expect Shubman Gill to sit out this one unless they decide to, okay, we don't want to give another option or another opportunity to Dinesh Karthik. But if it were me, I would play both Rayudu and Dinesh Karthik in this final match. There are not a lot of ODIs left before the World Cup. Shubman Gill might not go to the World Cup, but Rayudu and Dinesh Karthik are still in with a chance of going to the World Cup. You also have Kedar Jadhav, your Hardik Pandya. These 4 batsmen need to play as many games as possible in the build up to that World Cup, so that when the final time comes to announce your squad, and you can make a decision based on numbers and statistics in front of you. Shubman Gill playing and Dinesh Karthik not playing would be a very bad decision, keeping the World Cup in mind. So I would prefer game time for Rayudu and Dinesh Karthik in this last ODI as well. From a bowling perspective, Khalil Ahmed perhaps will continue playing, Shami for more rest. Maybe Bhuvneshwar Kumar will rest this time, Shami will come back. Or you could have Siraj and Khalil playing as the 2 pacers. Ravindra Jadeja might get a game as well. There's not much riding on this 5th ODI except a bit of pride. New Zealand would want to make or end the series with a 3-2 scoreline. India will want to show that that 4th ODI was just a blip in form. It was just a rare occasion, as it was made out to be, that these batsmen can play even if the top order fails, even if MS Dhoni is not there, even if Virat Kohli is not there. The likes of Rayudu, Karthik, Jadhav, Pandya, they need runs, they need confidence going ahead towards the World Cup.